The first ever Poetry Café session, the group was held outside. We were like sitting around in a circle. I didn't really know what I was doing. Nobody really knew what it was. We had never done group before. I just kind of invited everybody to come out and like sit around. I remember I started with a meditation, and then I realized people aren't really into meditations. But I remember we read this poem about not knowing everything and how that's okay. And the people around the circle were just, like pretty much being introduced to poetry for the first time. This was something that they never really sat down and wrote a poem. I mean, how many people sit down and write a poem, right? So yeah, that kind of stood out to me, like how some of the people that were sitting around were writing a poem for the first time ever. And the thing that stood out the most to me was how everybody wrote a poem.
When we first started, it was, okay, we need to do resume writing and mock interviews. And some of our young people just, struggled with just basic conversations, as we all do in those awkward teenage years. Like, you want me to go sit across the table from an adult that I've never spoken to or seen before in my life and sell them on why I'm a good employee? Doesn't make sense, right? I don't have that confidence yet as a young person. And so this idea of how do we pull our young people out? How do we get a real sense of their creativity and their resiliency and ways that we can help lift up their voices? And so with groups like poetry, it really started as more of that improv of getting young people to talk and to be able to express themselves as a tool to get them interview ready. And it really just continues to blossom into now this like connective piece of the organization, something that our young people are really proud of, and that multiple staff, multiple programs participate in. But it's really I think the heart of it all is giving our youth that voice and building on the empowerment to what we do.
So this is just 2 poems that I wrote when, I was going through it. So, mind and body is weak as I sit in a 4-wall, open-door room with a stranger, speaking negativity and sickness into a busy body, creating illusion of naturalness at work.
Hi, I'm Jack. Here's my poem. It's called Elusive. I decided to chase down a fish, using only my hands and my mind. I've tried accepting help, but no one has done but harm. I've stopped expecting anyone to know how to get where the fish are, and it's a difficult fish, and it slips from your grasp like air. Every time it's in my hand, it disappears. I've chased it across the world, but everywhere I've gone, everything I've done, it's always been 3 steps ahead. The fish has driven me to the edge of myself and to the edge of my mind and my sanity. There is one who could help, but I did not trust. I've been failed too often for that.
Calm before the storm. Don't you get it? Chill for now, forever indebted. I live it, I made it from nothing, I said it. I say it, I meant it, I'm balling like tennis. Keep it all tinted. They don't deserve my attention. Keep it on hush hush, never needed a mention.
My name's Ariana Siders, and this is my first poem, Questioning Worth. Okay. I can't help but question my worth. Not the first person to abandon me. Never get close to anybody, but when I do, they ghost. Sleeping all day just to ignore the pain? waking into a nightmare headspace. I care about you so much, but let me cry. Scream endlessly, losing many nights of sleep. Where is your care? Where is your love? When you hurt, I stay up alongside you all night singing Olelo and you praises. Where is my reciprocal love? Am I in hell? Was I Hitler in my past life?
In every housing program that we have been able to develop, it goes back to that sense of community. How do we build that social capital, that connectedness for our young people that isn't currently structured in their life? And what does that look like? So every house has education and employment supports. There's community outings. There's civic groups and faith-based communities that are tied into each of those houses. We want to make sure that our young people feel safe in the communities that they're going into and that the community feels safe with our young people there. You know, we have housing programs across from elementary schools, next to high schools, right across the street from hospitals. And that's really intentional. We want our young people to be able to live and work in their community. It's the same thing I want for all of our staff, right? Like, it's really important. You go to the grocery store, you're gonna bump into somebody that you know. That's Hawaii. And so we just want that for our young people as well.